What's up? I'm Jeff Haynes from Tech Bargains, and this is the video unboxing of the Lenovo ThinkCentre M92P Tiny Desktop and the Lenovo ThinkVision LT2323z Flat Panel IPS Monitor. Let's say you're a small business owner, but you've got a few concerns about upgrading the systems in your organization. We're talking about things like you don't want to spend a ton of money upgrading your machines only to find that you have to replace them in 6 months to a year because of brand new technology. You also want to take care of all of the security concerns by yourself without the need of an additional IT staff. And you want to make sure that you don't have to have a ton of space that you need to clear out simply because of larger, bulkier systems. Well, Lenovo thinks that it has the perfect solution for you with the M92P Tiny Desktop, a system that they claim has exactly the power and the security that you might need while still being very, very small enough to save you a ton of space, especially when combined with the LT2323 Flat Panel IPS Monitor, because the combination of the two provides you with a small, compact, space-saving workstation. So why don't we take a really quick look at what you can get when you order this from Lenovo. Now, we'll take a look at the tiny desktop first, so I'll just slide the monitor to the side for a second. Now, as you look at this box, it looks almost as large as some of the other standard notebooks that you expect and that we've covered on our channel. But when you open it up, the first thing that you notice is that the top box here is actually the box for the keyboard. And this is kind of notable because, as you can see, standard size keyboard, but the size of the box is the thing that I want to point out, because it, by and of itself, is actually larger than the system that it contains. As you look inside, that right there is the M92P Tiny Desktop, and I'll get to that in a really quick second. Over in this cardboard section, you happen to have some of the other items that you need for the desktop. So you have standard size mouse, which is a wired mouse as well. You've got a power cable for the desktop. You have your power brick for the desktop. You also have a connector for the optical drive, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And finally, you've got your setup safety warranty guide right there. But the main reason why we're here is to talk about the M92P Tiny Desktop. So, as you can see right here, this is the system itself, and very, very small. This is easily going to handle a lot of the space-saving issues that you might be concerned about. You can place it flat on a desk, you can tip it vertically, you can even mount it on the rear of the LT2323z and thereby save you even further space with whatever your workstation needs happen to be. But we'll actually get into the internal specs of the M92P after we walk around this small system by itself. On the front, you have your power button, 2 USB 3.0 super speed ports, a microphone port, and a headphone jack. You also have on the top an optical drive, your DVD burner. As I turn this around, you have 2 more USB 2.0 ports on the rear of the optical drive. You also have the connection that you use to tie the system and the optical drive together into that USB 2.0 port. Next to it, you have your Ethernet port, your VGA port, 2 more USB 3.0 super speed ports. Finally, you've got a display port and the power port for this particular unit. The Lenovo ThinkCentre M92P Tiny Desktop is powered by a 3rd generation Intel Core i5 3470T processor running at 2.9 GHz that can be boosted up to 3.6 GHz via turbo. It comes with 4 GB of DDR3 RAM and is supplemented by Intel HD Graphics 4000, Intel's latest iteration of its integrated graphical solution. It has a 500 GB hard drive spinning at 5400 RPM, but it also has a few additional features. For instance, Lenovo is claiming something called the Intelligent Cooling Engine, or ICE, which helps keep the tightly packed components running at a cooler temperature for extended periods of time. It also has vPro certification, which helps protect from everything from buffer overflow attacks from hackers to giving you remote access for your desktop. So once you unbox and set up the M92P Tiny Desktop, you need something to display content from the system. Well, that's where the ThinkVision LT2323z comes into play. That is this particular monitor right here, and obviously we're not going to go into all of the unboxing. That would take quite a lot of time, but we will get to the monitor itself. So while I remove the base and the stand, this is a full ergonomic stand. It has full tilt, swivel, and other options. I'll just pull out some of the other features, like we've got this DisplayPort cable that's included. You've got a VGA cable included, your power cable, which is included, as well as a USB 3.0 super speed cable right there. But interestingly, Lenovo decided to add the monitor within an interesting carrying bag. I don't know if it's just to help you with portability from one place to the other, but it's inside this carrying tote, I guess you would call it. But this is the 23-inch LT2323z monitor. We'll just quickly walk around the monitor itself and go into a few of the details for this particular display. On this side, you happen to have your power button. On the rear of the display, you have the space where you can actually, with a mounting bracket, attach your tiny desktop to the monitor itself, thereby saving you a ton of space. On the bottom of the monitor, you have your power port right there. You also have a display port and VGA port for your monitor choices. You've got a USB 3.0 super speed port and two USB 2.0 ports. The LT2323Z can also act as a USB hub, which is also indicated on this side by the three USB 3.0 super speed ports right there. You also have a microphone and a headphone port for the monitor. And finally, you have your menu buttons, as well as a lock and control setting for the full HD webcam, which is actually very important because this is the world's first Microsoft Link-enabled monitor, voice over IP monitor, and it also comes with two microphones to help you carry out conversations with other people on the other end of the line. So if you don't want to have a conversation, or you were looking for a little bit more security, all you need to do is slide that door over and they are completely blocked from seeing you, although they can still hear possibly your conversation if you start a voice over IP connection. This system has a native resolution of 1920 by 1080, as I mentioned before. It is a USB hub, and it is going to be very interesting to see exactly how these two pair up. One interesting thing about it is Lenovo really didn't give a lot of additional information about response time or some of the other items, so we'll be really interested in testing those out, finding out exactly the response time, the refresh rate, the nit level, things like that. But that's a very quick look at the Lenovo ThinkCentre M92P tiny desktop and the Lenovo ThinkVision LT2323z flat panel IPS monitor. Be sure to come back to our website in the upcoming weeks where we'll have a full review of these particular devices. For the latest coupons and deals on systems from Lenovo, make sure you go to techbargains.com/Lenovo. To enter our monthly giveaway, make sure you always check out techbargains.com/YouTube. And to watch our video unboxings, video reviews, and exclusive video features, make sure you go to techbargains.com/videos.